Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Doing very well, thank you. How are you?
You good, thank you.
Just wanted to catch up with you today. Thanks for making the time. You've been using a Property Inc. platform for a little while now, and just interested to see how you're finding it, how things are going for you, for all the other builders that might be out there and curious about the platform. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, what you do, the type of projects that you work on, and what you've been using Property Inc. for?
Sure. The company that I own and operate with another business partner is we do commercial and industrial buildings, and we also do civil construction in the Gippsland region, which is east of Melbourne. So part of that, we build a lot of factories, showrooms, office buildings, that sort of stuff. So with the actual platform, we actually use that for that business to control all their documents and communication for those projects.
Great. And what are the best features that you find from the platform? What are the best points about the platform that you found?
So what I like the best is it really reduces the amount of emails that you have to do, and particularly follow up. I guess most business people would understand the email box is always just full of emails and you don't get a chance to go through them all. The benefit of setting up the platform is all of my consultants, trades and so forth, if they want to send documents or grab documents, they actually go directly to the platform rather than sending me an email or me emailing them various things. So that's probably the biggest advantage of this platform. He's just really reducing the amount of emails. So the benefit of that is that, yeah, if they want a particular document, they can go straight to the platform to their particular area, grab it. They get the latest information as well, because it's always updated, and they're not relying on me. The same for me. If I want something from them, I just get them to load it onto the platform. So that's been the biggest thing. Communication, sending messages, it's all in one place. Other people that are involved in the project get to see the conversations. So they don't necessarily have to be involved in the conversation, but they see correspondence that goes backwards and forwards. So again, they get a good picture of what's going on in each of the projects. So again, it saves a lot of that time and individual communication with individuals moving documents backwards and forwards. So they're probably in a very short sentence, I guess, is one of the better things that it does for me.
That's great. So with the communication side of things then, and in your daily sort of workflow with what you do, you find that you need less applications, like you can reduce the amount of emails and perhaps reduce the other software. So if you go to work, you've got your Property Inc. open and
Yep.
maybe the occasional email.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've still got to do some emails here and there, but for the vast majority, it definitely reduces that significantly. And what you find is what I've found in the past, I'm always going back to an email from a month ago or 6 weeks ago to find a particular document because I haven't had time to go and get it and place it. What I'm doing is actually putting the onus onto my supplier or my contractor rather than me doing all that. So they're actually doing some of the work for us. So it just simplifies that. And you know that you've always got the latest information. So that's the biggest thing. And also the messaging software allows you to send videos, photos, all that sort of thing. And like I said, you can have group discussions or individual discussions. So if it's a group discussion, everyone gets to see. So again, it incorporates some of the other systems that we use, like Messenger or WhatsApp, those types of things. It brings a lot of that stuff into the one platform. So yeah, you've got an app on your phone, you've got the platform on your laptop when you're in an office, and really 90% of your processes can be done across that platform.
Okay. And so then does that help with the accountability of you managing your team and the transparency of your project?
Absolutely. So the benefit of this too is that other consultants or other trades or so forth that are involved in the project, they can actually see live effectively where they fit in the project. So they know that they have a certain time frame, they have to get something done. They can actually see who's got to come in before them or after them. And they actually do have accountability because they can actually see the next particular person that requires them to do whether it's even from the start, from quoting, whether we're actually waiting on a quote, or waiting on a consultant's report, or during the construction period in the work program, they can actually see where everyone fits in. So that there definitely makes them accountable because they can see if they don't do their bit, they're holding up everyone that's behind them. So it does make a big difference with accountability for sure.
And if you have important documents associated with a development or a project that you might want to assign to, say, some consultants, but not other members of your team,
Yep.
how are you finding the functionality of being able to decide who has access to which parts of those documents?
So there's a couple of levels with that. So internally, we can assign ownerships to various folders. So your management team can actually have ownership of a folder. Then you can actually break it down to, you can have it fairly well almost public, where anyone that's on that project can see a particular folder or a document, or you can lock individual folders out. So you might have things like costs, for example, or you might have quotes from suppliers. You don't want your other suppliers to see what their pricing or quotes are, things like that. So it's really just being able to create a bit of a matrix of accessibility for all the individuals that are involved within the project. It just sets up levels of control. And it's very easy and very simple to do.
And do you find that, I guess that then there's a lot of different levels of people, types of people that need access to that information. So anyone from your admin team to yourself working in the field to consultants who might only come in every now and then, and also to your trades. How
Yeah.
are they all finding it in those sorts of different areas?
So initially, there's a little bit of hesitancy to get involved. But once they get involved, they can actually see it actually saves them time as well. It really works for both sides. It works really well for me as the who's running the project, in charge of the project, but it allows the trades to be able to access information so simply and easily and know that they've got the latest information. And a good example would be a painter maybe starting, he can just jump on there, get his colour consultancy documents out of there. So it'll have all the colours and all the various places. It'll be date stamped, so he'll know that it's the latest information. The plumber, he can go in there when he's doing his pre-plumbing and he needs to know particular fixtures that are being fitted up, so he can actually get the measurements and the specifications. Rather than ringing me or chasing me or going to the supplier, all those docs can be on the platform. They simply go on there, get the information, do what they need to do, and they can do that after hours when they're at home, prior to the day before if they're going out on site. Again, they don't have to speak to me or try and call me or email me. So from that perspective, it just gives everyone really good access to the project and to the documents, and it just simplifies it.
It sounds to me like it might actually free up a fair bit of your time then. How much time do you think it saves you on a daily basis?
It's hard to put a time on it, but it's definitely made a significant difference. In particular, for me, the big one, as I said at the start of this interview, is really the emails. Yeah, that's just something that's saved dramatically. Just finding documents, you just go to one place, they're there, and it's seamless because your consultants or your suppliers actually drop their documents in there, and you can be notified when that's done as well. But you can basically just go into the project and the information's there. So it's hard to know the time, but definitely made it significantly more efficient. But also just takes a bit of the frustration out of it as well, because it just simplifies it. Yeah.
You know, that's the aim of the platform, is to try and simplify it and take away those pain points and make everything a bit easier for you guys. So for other builders out there who might be curious about the platform and wondering if it's for them, what kind of builders do you think that Property Inc. would be useful for?
Look, I think pretty much all your builders. So like I said, we've got a civil construction company as well. So for that, it's perfect as well. Look, all your different levels, from a small one-man band builder to someone that does renovations, extensions, right through to larger volume builders. It's any platform app. It has a lot there. You don't have to use all of it. So it's what you need to use for your business. The beauty of it is it has a lot in there, and you can use the bits that are more important to your particular business. So I think there's not really a limitation on the size of the builder. It's really just utilizing all the functions and the things that are in there. And as you go, you just find better ways of using it. And as your suppliers, trades come aboard and start to use it more, if you encourage, the more they use it, the less you have to do. And that's the biggest thing that I've found with it. So certainly there's no restriction in size of business. I think it's small right through to large, without a doubt.
And what do you think, once these builders started using the Property Inc. platform, what sort of immediate benefits do you think they would get? What would have the most impact on their day-to-day working life?
Again, probably without sounding like a broken record, the emails, for me, that's the big one. And that's your killer. It's not uncommon for a builder to maybe get 70 or 80 emails in a day. It's ridiculous. So it cuts all that right down. So that's probably the biggest thing, not constantly looking at your phone and having to answer emails and things like that. It doesn't completely remove it, obviously, but certainly reduces that. It reduces phone time as well. The communication side of it is really the big one. And so instead of being on your phone doing emails or on your laptop or on the phone, you can actually be out on site doing what you do best and managing the projects and putting your time into that. That's probably the biggest area, but it's different for everyone because different people have different ways in which they'll use it, and each business is different, but every business would get some benefit out of using the platform in different ways.
And do you find the app to be beneficial while you're out in the field as well?
Absolutely. So the thing is, with most builders and civil or industrial building or whatever, they're generally out on site. So it's hard to get to your laptop, like even in the car. So the app is really important because you've basically got all that same information on a phone. Yes, it's easy to sit down at a desk and you got a bigger screen, but all that information is on that app. And you get the notifications come through. So a bit like you would with an email or a WhatsApp message or a message. You get the notification, you'll know that there's some activity happening on that project, or there's a message that's come through, someone wants an answer. The app is part of it and it works really well. Yeah.
That's great to hear. And I know that you're away for a few weeks at the moment. You're up in trying to escape the cold of Melbourne, up in sunny Queensland, though it looks like not that warm where you are. But Can you tell us a little bit about how Property Inc. is helping you to manage your project remotely while you're away from your team for a few weeks?
Sure. So I've been lucky enough to have a 5-week trip. So I'm actually heading on my way home at the moment. So I've been here right up the East Coast, and I've been out of phone range and out of data as well. But again, the benefit of that is that my team know that I'm away, but they know where to find the information. So the beauty of the platform is because it's all in one place and it's all accessible, all that information's there. And also if I'm wanting some information from them while I'm away, they can upload it into that platform. So when I'm in phone service or whatever, I can just jump on and look at various documents or comment. I can send back messages through the messaging part of the app as well. So it just makes it easy. I'm not having to have lots of different software and different things. I can do it all from my phone if I want to on the app. I do take my laptop because it's good to be able to sit down and look at that bigger screen, but it does make it easier. So this trip's been really good. I've got a couple of projects running at the moment. That's worked really well.
That's great to hear, Trevor. Thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your trip. And really happy to hear that Property Inc.'s helping you with saving you some time and efficiencies in your business and allowing you to go on these beautiful 5-week trips away. So appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of it.
No, thank you very much. Good on you, Brooke. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Trevor. Bye.